So I thought I'd just do an update on my last appointment with Dr. Bott and let you know how that went. So I guess it's not too different than my last appointment in the sense that it was basically a checkup to make sure that everything is healing properly, and I'm flying home tomorrow night, so it's kind of to make sure everything's good. So I've been going for daily dressings, well, this whole time, but since the string was removed, it's been 2 weeks, and I did daily dressings every day for those 2 weeks. And it's at this point, I don't need to do any more dressings. I don't need to do anything myself. It's at this point so far healed that it's just okay to let it do its own thing. So the doctor checked again now for the second time just to make sure that there's no fistula track, and he does that basically by pressing around the area, I think to check the scar tissue and to make sure that I think if you pressed on a fistula track, it would probably have some discharge. So what I'm guessing is that he was checking to see whether if he pressed hard on different areas, if any discharge would come out, and it didn't. Also, at this point, I haven't been noticing any discharge. At first, there was some white kind of, almost like the wound was weeping a bit, which is normal, like that any kind of cut would do. But at this point, I really don't notice any discharge. Yeah, so I think maybe that's why I don't need to do dressings anymore. I don't know. It's healed pretty well. At this point, it's sort of like an indentation. So I am at, in the all around in the area, you can feel how hard the scar tissue is. So, and that's what he wanted. He said he wanted hard scar tissue to form, and it is hard. So it's definitely a lot harder than the regular tissue, which of course is very soft. It's kind of like, pressing anywhere, like that's soft, right? The scar tissue is quite hard. So I feel like that's successful because that's what the goal was, especially of the surgery, to form hard scar tissue. I think so that it's like no chance of a fistula tract forming or something like that. Yeah, so I had another dressing today only, and then after that I'm done. And I imagine that the wound is going to continue healing, so that sort of, I want to say crater, but I don't want to scare you by using that word. Like, it's very small and shallow. Maybe it's hard to say, like, very shallow. It's like an indentation. I think where the fistula tract had been, and then when the string got cut out, there was an indentation, and that's kind of like moving upwards and like sort of filling in. So now it's like an indentation, but it's not raw. It's like it's like their skin. It's a little bit hard to explain because it's sort of a mix of like regular tissue and scar tissue and healing tissue all together. But yeah, it seems to be healing really well, and I guess the doctor agrees because sometimes people need to do their own dressings. Some doctors have almost everyone do their own dressings once they've left. And this doctor, it seems like it's really on an individual basis. And I imagine that there's, definitely listen to whatever your doctor says. So I don't have to do any more dressings, but other people have had to with this doctor and with other doctors. So I think it maybe helped that I had 2 weeks left to do those dressings, and that gave it enough time to heal that I didn't have to do it myself. So yeah, that's something that could change from person to person. But if you did have to do your dressings, it's not at least with this doctor, it's not the packing that you would have to do. It's applying an oil that helps it heal. So you basically put some oil on a piece of cotton and then tape the cotton to the area. So it's not a painful thing that you have to do yourself or anything that involves like a lot of medical skills or anything. Um, it's just kind of placing it on top, not packing the wound. So that's what this doctor has asked other patients to do in the past, and some haven't had to do anything. Yeah, so I feel so relieved and sort of like I'm finally free after so many years, right? That this was sort of a constant thing, and now I can move on. So that's definitely a good feeling, and yeah, I'll keep updating you about, because it is still healing, I'll keep doing updates about how it continues to heal and how long that takes, if I notice any discharge or whatever. And I haven't had any pain or discomfort, like, besides while he's doing that check. But, like, daily, which isn't that bad, but definitely uncomfortable. The daily thing, for me, I don't experience any pain. But other patients, once their string has been removed, have experienced some pain. Not like how it was during the fistula, but I think it's because the wound is contracting and sort of continuing to heal, and that can be sore, especially if you're sitting for a long time. So if you get this done and you have some lingering pain afterwards, I think that's really normal. But for me, I haven't felt any, and I'm really glad about that. And I think, too, because it was done so slowly, this procedure, it's healed so gradually, and maybe that's helped. And I think also, after so many years, like 7.5 years of this, I have a feeling that I just block it. So it's possible that this could be more painful for another person, but nobody is in like extreme pain. It's sort of healing pain, you know, sort of like on the level of post-workout pain or something like that, where it's like it's painful, but it's not like that something's wrong, like alert signal pain like you get with an infection or an abscess. It's healing sort of pain, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to say by the difference. It's like more like mild and tolerable and less distressing, right? So, but if I do experience pain, I will include that in an update too, and just keep you updated on how it's healing. And yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. So thank you for watching, and feel free to ask questions if you have any. Okay, bye.